Yo, there are real people that, because their favorite player isn't as good as this dude, will spend their entire platforms and their lives just bad talking, saying that everything that he does is force, saying that it's just a system that makes him play this way. It's like no matter what he does, there will always be people that are so full of just cynicism. They can't simply acknowledge that you have now 6 straight seasons where a dude legitimately could win MVP. And at this point, I mean, legitimately, y'all, at this point, I don't know what else people feel like they need to see. Nikola Jokic has mastered, and I'm not talking about mastered, never makes a mistake. I'm talking about mastered the position, whether it means to score, pass, play make, screen, dive, pop, off-ball movements, coming off of a screen, sprinting in transition, bringing the ball up in transition, defending on the opposite end, getting his hands in and around the ball, contesting shots, and then on the other end, manufacturing offense with players that don't necessarily have perfect skill sets, but still putting an elite offense on the floor. At this point, Kevin Garnett said it the best. Nikola Jokic is Wilt Chamberlain. And I don't know what it's going to take for the haters, but what I do know is that for those of us who are witnesses of what we have been seeing and what we have been seeing for the last several years, it literally might not never get better than this. The Denver Nuggets beat the Indiana Pacers, y'all, 117 to 100. And the Denver Nuggets, 2 notable things today. They held the Pacers to their lowest point total of any game in this NBA season. That's the first thing. Defense showed up when they needed to. I think the end of the second quarter and the third quarter got rough, and especially in the middle of the third quarter, but the defense prevailed. And on the other end, y'all, like, they just have a giant in the middle of the floor. They have a giant in the middle of the floor that literally at any point in time can decide, I'm going to obliterate you one way or the other. Either you're going to guard me at the nail and I'm going to shred you apart with my passing, or I'm going to get you underneath the free throw line and I'm going to bully you and footwork you to death to get nothing, even contested shots, and you still can't stop them. You still can't stop him. And then when you think you have the Denver Nuggets possession dead, he's able to drive by you, get to the rim, get contact, go to the line, or simply step out and hit the three-pointer. And since game 1, y'all, he's shooting above 42% from 3. And what I'm saying, y'all, at this juncture, we keep saying every year, there's just no way, right? There's no way Jokic can keep getting better. There's no way that Jokic can keep making these insane plays. There's no way. Last year, 30, 13, and 10, 2 steals. Like, there's no way. I'm just telling y'all, man, like, this is ridiculous. This is ridiculous, y'all. The fact that we get to watch this every single night, and he shows up and goes to work. Like, what? And just the start of this month, and so I'm gonna pull this up because I just saw this, and I was gonna make a little graphic about it, but looked like I already got beat to the punch. Look at this. This is since the start of this month. Jokic is averaging 31.3 points per game, 11.3 rebounds per game, 13.3 assists per game, shooting 70, 47, 87, and the Nuggets are 4-0. What are we doing, man? Like, seriously, y'all, what are we doing? How? Real Sports app, Nikola Jokic, 32, 14, 14. The first player to reach these numbers or better in the game since himself 3 days ago. And in this game, Jokic broke a tie with who? Wilt Chamberlain to have the most 30-point triple-doubles on a 70% field goal percentage in NBA history. So he's uber efficient. He's uber aggressive. He's uber perceptive with uber vision, with uber passing, uber rebounding, great in transition, great off ball, great screener, great cutter. He's super unselfish, and to the point where people say he's so unselfish that it's a bad thing. Like, he does too much to get other people involved. And if you look at the 8 turnovers he had today, dare I say, too unselfish, because he was like, hey, get the ball here. And then y'all know when Jokic is in that mode where he feels like he can make every pass in the world, he'll just start throwing stuff. He threw it to Peyton Watson. He threw some crazy bounce passes to Christian Braun. Yo, he threw a pass today at the half-court line where the man was overplaying Peyton Watson. And like the Indiana Pacers were playing like a very aggressive full-court defense. So it wasn't like it was like a lane. And when it happened, I was just like, don't. Jokic was sitting at the top of the key, threaded the needle. I'm talking about backdoor behind the defender to Peyton, not expecting the ball to get there, through the gap. And I'm just sitting here like, what? Jokic literally will look, the Patriots announcers, I'm listening to them. They're like, Jokic is facing this way. Peyton Watson's in the corner over here. Jokic can't see him over his left shoulder. The Indiana Patriots announcers, wow. I just don't get it, man. Like, I don't know. And forget it. And people, this is so dumb. It's so dumb. Because what people say to you in moments like this is like, well, if people just didn't overhype Jokic, how do you overhype this? Kevin Garnett himself said, yeah, that's Wilt Chamberlain. Kevin Garnett himself said, that's Wilt Chamberlain. We're listening to other players say, oh, that's the best in the world. That's the best in the world. Anthony Edwards last year after the 61, 10, and 10 game, that's the best performance I've ever seen in my life. Tracy McGrady, Vince Carter, you hear people talk about Jokic. Kevin Durant himself said, this is a top 10 player I've ever seen. One of the top 10 players that ever graced our sport. And I think what for me is so frustrating is that depending on the circle you're in, if you bring up Jokic, it becomes this nonsensical conversation instead of just simply literally appreciating what he's doing. Y'all, I'm going to share this tonight as well. Do y'all realize how ridiculous his season is right now? How dumb this is? Look at this. On the season now after tonight, Jokic is averaging 25.2 points per game, 13.0 rebounds a game, 11.9 assists, 2 steals, a block, 65% from the field, 35 from 3, 87 from the free throw line, 73.3% true shooting, and he's a plus 129 this season. What are we doing? What are we doing? And he's leading, and now Jaime Jaquez Jr., one more game played, mind you, by the way, leading the NBA in plus minus. 9 games played, y'all. 9 games. 9. 9 games and leading the NBA in plus minus, y'all, and they're 7-2, and they're dominating. What are we talking about? It just doesn't make any sense. To this point, Steve, like, I think last year, let me check. Let me check last year, because I know I'm not tripping. Last season, SGA, crazy year. He was a plus 918 last year, which was nuts. 76 games played. OKC was a powerhouse, one of the greatest teams that ever graced our sport in the regular season. Jokic last year was second with the plus 594. I want y'all to understand, Jokic played 70 games last year. 70 games. He was a plus 594. So what that means is on average, Jokic was at 8.48, like an 8.5 plus minus every game last year. 8.5. Y'all already 129. I know it's 14, but how much over 14 are we talking about? It's 14.3. So I take 14.3 and I just multiply that. Say he plays 70 games again this year. Do you know how many points that is? That's a plus 1,003 on the season. The pace that he is on already, I don't get it. I hope people simply just truly acknowledge what you're witnessing. I haven't even gone on a rant this year like about Jokic, and I haven't talked about him a lot in like some crazy ways, just because, you know, again, there's just I become accustomed to this is who he is, and also this the Twitter sphere, the social media sphere. You know, there's so many like dissenting negative opinions, and I'm just kind of like, look, like it is what it is. But when you talk about like somebody that's putting up 32, 14, and 14 at the center position with 2 steals, and he's this efficient, I just don't understand. What would you not like? And people literally will tell you, well, I don't like Jokic because people overglaze him. So when somebody plays this good, when Lewis Hamilton is that good, when he is that good at his job, he's the greatest F1 racer ever. When Tiger Woods, Michael Jordan, Larry Bird, Magic Johnson, Wilt Chamberlain, Terrell Davis, John Elway, Patrick Mahomes, like whoever it is you want to go through, these people in their era were so dominant that you couldn't do anything but celebrate them, and they're going to have a lot of fans. And the fact is, Jokic is unprecedented. Like that's what's so frustrating. This is unprecedented. And today was a low effort game. Not low effort as in didn't try. Low effort as in he wasn't pushed to the brink at all. He forced the issue, got frustrated. But I'm telling y'all, man, like, I want people, and obviously with me, we will make sure we continue to show real love. This is not about other players. This is not about anybody else. This is about talking about him individually. You literally may never see a player like this ever again, and I think it should be acknowledged, and I think it's important, and it is what it is, y'all. Just unconscious greatness, man. Like, it's just unbelievable. Next up on the docket, man, I want to get to Tim Hardaway Jr., y'all, because flat out, the Nuggets don't win this game without Tim Hardaway Jr. They don't. They do not win this game without Tim Hardaway Jr. It's just that simple. And I think the fact that you're getting like these kind of performances from Tim Hardaway this early, I'm just kind of like, that's interesting. He already looks so keyed in and locked in with the roster. Like the two-man game stuff that he has, not just with Jokic, but with Valanciunas, the shot making, the decisions, I mean, all of it. Again, y'all already know who I'm going to shout out here. Shout out Matt Brooks. I want y'all to watch this. Tim Hardaway Jr., you see the score. I told y'all it got really dicey in the third quarter, and they got it at one point to 68 to 64. But then the Nuggets, they put their foot on the gas again. They built up the lead, and Tim Hardaway Jr. doing what he did tonight. These are the kind of plays that he makes. Get a pin down, come to around the screen on the DHO. Again, the defender is trailing too far. Tony Bradley, it's not like he's far away, but Tony has to consider the distance because he has to, again, as a big, he has to cover both the roller, Jokic, best player in the world, best pick and roll center ever, And then Tim Hardaway, a dead-eye shooter. And so Tim Hardaway gets a gap of space and it's cooked. And it's over. So this, to me, like Tim Hardaway, I'm like, yo, close games, Tim. Tim Hardaway, close games. Close games. Close games. Like, it's unbelievable how good he is. And it's not about like, oh, he's like this high, crazy role player. What? It's not. He just knows how to play basketball. So much of being a good veteran on teams like this and having valuable minutes is, oh, hey, the defense is playing over aggressive. Bet. I know how to respond to that. The defense is slow playing me a little too much. Bet. I know how to respond to that. It's that simple. And so for me, it's just a matter of knowing where you are on the floor, knowing how you're being guarded, knowing how the other team is responding to you. And you just eat it alive. So I just love how he's played this year, man. Like, he's so professional about how he goes about his business. And that honestly just changes so much of what you do. Like, just phenomenal from Tim Hardaway Jr. today. And looking at his overall numbers today, he had 17 points, 4 assists, 3 rebounds. He was 5 of 9 from 3, 6 of 13 from the field. He was a plus 24. Plus 24 off of the bench today. Again, they don't win the game without him. Just incredible performance from Tim Hardaway. Cam Johnson was great today, y'all. I don't care about this at all. Again, I told y'all, I keep saying it. This doesn't mean anything to me. If it's frustrating in the moment, especially when the game feels like it's tilting. But again, if you've been an elite off-ball shooter and three-point shooter for 5 years, this is going to come around. It's the other stuff. How are you making a difference on the other things? Today, 4 assists. He was great with the ball in his hands. 12 points, 5 of 11 from the field, 2 of 2 from the free throw line. He made game-winning plays and had some game-winning stops. His defense has been really good at times this year. And I think tonight, especially you're down Jamal, and David Adelman already kind of just hinted at this. He had a quote, I thought Cam Johnson might have been our best guy bringing the ball up tonight against all that pressure. And again, no Jamal Murray. Yeah, Cam's going to do that. That is a part of the trade. It's you get Cam, you lose some of the stuff that Porter gave you. You get like a better defender, better help defender, better hands, higher IQ, and then on the other end, you get like somebody who can legitimately dribble, pass, create, drive. That's amazing. And I love the fact that, like, again, the shooting isn't there. It's frustrating, Nuggets fans. Trust me. I get it. I'm seeing the tweets. I understand why it's frustrating, especially given everybody was hoping that he was going to have this, like, crazy shooting season. But I also do want to stress this, y'all, that just look at everything else he's doing. That is a difference. That's making a difference for the team. So I'm going to show you this clip as well. Shout out Matt Brooks. This is another play. Again, they're high nail, top of the key. They're running a bunch of pick and rolls, running a bunch of DHOs. And and again, the Nuggets just didn't have a small forward that could do this. Now, he could help his shots like when he's healthy, like almost nobody else in the league. But this is the added skill set. You turn down the screen, defense is overplaying, and then you're able to avoid getting a charge here, which is huge, and then you make a good pass to Bruce Braun, who makes the layup. It's just little stuff. It's little stuff like that that makes the difference. It's little stuff like that that makes the difference. And he just did that a lot tonight. And I love how committed he's been to, I think, working out a lot of the details with his team. And, you know, it's not an easy job, like, to step into this team and have to, like, fill out all these different positions and play off ball, play with Jokic, DHOs, you know, the cuts, all the reads, like just responding to all the types of screens that the Nuggets are setting. I mean, it's a lot. It causes you to have to think. And I think the shooting is the thing that's taking a while to come around. But like I said, everything else that you need to see from a player to show like this is a high-level player you can utilize in almost any space, it's just incredible. It really is just incredible, man. Shout out to Cam Johnson. Wonderful job. This is what I'm talking about. Like, just Glazers. Wilt Chamberlain. I'm quoting Kevin Garnett, by the way. That's what I'm saying. Like, that quote is a direct quote from one of my favorite players ever, one of the best players of all time, maybe the best defender ever as well. It's like, these are what other NBA players are saying about this, man. But again, I understand it's just Glaze. Like, it's like people get like their eyes start popping out of their heads when you say stuff like, when you repeat things that Hall of Fame players are saying about other players, and that we're getting for the time. You should have heard Jeff Teague this morning talk about Jokic, because, I mean, just don't tune into that. Peyton Watson today was spectacular. 16 points from Peyton, 3 steals, 1 assist. He had 7 rebounds, continued to rebound the heck out of the ball, 7 of 13 from the field. His defense on Pascal Siakam was great. His defense on Pascal Siakam was great. I love how he is being more committed to the defensive end on the rebounding part, because everything about this league is ending possessions. You want to extend possessions, you want to end possessions. And I think when you don't have Aaron Gordon, you got to have somebody else be able to rebound the basketball. You got to have somebody else to rebound the basketball. And I love that Peyton is committed to doing that, and I love that he's finding ways to still be able to utilize his length, his aggression as a defender. He played super well today, man. Like, I love that, Coach is trusting him with more responsibilities. He made a mistake. I think it was right before the half with like 5 seconds left. Instead of setting the defense or setting the offense and allowing for Jokic to get the touch, and then you move around, do what you got to do. They didn't do that. But then what he did was he cut to the basket, missed the layup, and the Pacers got a shot off it. They didn't make it. But just, little stuff like that. It's just figuring out when to do things, when not to do things. That's going to happen. But again, Peyton Watson gets the ball, sees he has a hole. Again, look at the score, 69-75. Game is in tilt. Drives to the lane. Defender steps up. And instead of just barreling him over, sidesteps. And then he gets the blocking foul and one. Peyton Watson, this is how the NBA works. Like, if you start a launch point and you run straight into a defender, that's a charge. But if you try to actively avoid the defender and you sidestep and the defender then moves into your way with their shoulders, then yeah, they're going to call a block. And so this is just Peyton Watson, I think is little by little by little, just making better plays, little by little making better plays. And also, y'all, he had the dunk of the night. Let me see if I can pull that up for y'all. Where is that play? It was early in the game. That's it. Yep.
Trying to save.
This is early in the game. And the Indiana Pacers, they just, bad play. They threw the ball, tried to save the ball underneath the Nuggets' own goal. Peyton Watson, power dribble, whack. Power dribble. Dunks all over a mile high. Just a great athlete, man. I love how he's playing this year, man. I love his fit on this team. I love how he's playing this year, man. Just like the shooting and stuff, again, you're still trying to figure it out, but he's doing everything else. I really appreciate that with Peyton Watson today. Great start for him. Christian Braun had 8 points today. 0 of 2 from 3, 2 of 3 from the free throw line. He did have 5 rebounds and 2 assists in the steal. He had 2 really good defensive possessions that created a stop, and then he got a turnover on a rip in the third quarter. But it's just the shooting, man. Like when the game got tight, they were leaving Christian Braun wide open. And then another situation where Jokic, one of his turnovers was he was doubled on the post. He tried to do a left-hand swing pass so if this is the Nuggets benches is, let's say it's right here. Jokic is right here. Christian is right here. And so Christian is on the other side. So when you are on the NBA court and you're like court mapping, think about splitting the half court right down the middle, right through the nail, right through the three-point line. When you're on the left post and it's empty, everything is empty, and everybody else is on the right side, but you have somebody over the top, you want to have a skip pass that's like reasonable. So what you do then is you send a guard, you either cut if you're backside, cut if you're the top side guard, so Jokic can find you and just flip it in, and then you can try to get a contested look at the rim, dunk, free throws, whatever. Or you have to slip past the midway point so Jokic doesn't have to like try to like angle the ball around two people all the way to dang near the other wing. But Christian, the court mapping was off. He was being a little too hesitant on the cut. So instead of like, if he simply just gets over sooner, now it's like an easy skip pass, wide open three. But it's just figuring stuff like that out. It's just, it's little stuff that you'll, continue to figure out as you get older and obviously as you progress and everything. But yeah, just, not great game. He had some great moments in this game. He only played 26 minutes. And just for context, he played 26 minutes and 58 seconds. Tim Hardaway Jr. played 23 and 38. So that Adelman knows, like, hey, look, if you're not playing well, if you're not playing as well as we need you to play right now, it's not that the leash is short, but Adelman knows they just have options. They just have options now. And it's a good thing. Like, you want to have as much competition as possible at all times. And Bruce Brown, y'all, I want y'all to watch this play, man. This was Bruce Brown all stinking night. Look at this. Andrew Nembhard at this point, he had 20 points in the game. Andrew Nembhard at this juncture, let me check. Did he have 20 points by this point? Let me check. In the third quarter, Nembhard had 9 points, 3 assists. He was 1-1 from 3, 4-4 from the free throw line. I mean, he was cooking. He was going. And Bruce knew he has to make a decided effort to not give him any space to catch another three-pointer. But look at this effort, y'all. Sits in the pocket. You don't let the screener, you beat the screen once, the screen resets, you then don't let the screener get on your outside hip, you beat that screen, the screen resets for a third time. The third time the screen resets. And then he gets around it, stays attached to the hip, doesn't foul, forces the turnover, run out, and then Bruce misses the layup contested, fights for the offensive rebound with a center, wins, and then puts the shot up and gets the layup. This is Bruce Brown basketball. This is why the Nuggets love him. This is why Denver Nuggets fans love him. This is why he is going to be a huge addition to this team. These are the kind of plays that win you series and win you championships. This kind of stuff. We saw Caruso do this. We saw Nembhard do this. We saw Bruce Brown do this in 2023. You have to have somebody making these aggressive point of attack plays, showing constant effort. Just exceptional play from Bruce Brown. Love his energy. He represents the Nuggets so well. Like, so well. Love everything that he brings to the roster. Jonas Valanciunas was excellent today. He was a plus 13, 6 points, 5 rebounds, and 3 assists for Jonas. Again, turn the tide. When the second quarter, Jokic left the first quarter 31-18. Jonas Valanciunas came in. They got the lead. The lead went down, and then they went on, I can't remember what the exact number was, but they extended the lead to 19 points. And Jonas was at the heart of that. He was playing super physical. That little hook shot that he does over his left shoulder, deadly. Deadly shot. And it's so hard to keep him from not getting there because how big he is. Jonas also in this game had 2 really good defensive possessions at the rim, got a clear block, and then got another contest. He just doesn't shy away from contact at the rim, and that matters a lot when you're playing that position. So he was a plus 13. Spencer Jones was phenomenal. He ripped Aaron Nesmith today. I don't even know if we have a clip of the play. We probably don't. I got to check out and see if I can find it. But he straight ripped Aaron Nesmith today right in front of the Pacers bench. And it's that defensive intensity. And like I think I brought it up, the Pacers announcers, they were just so in love and let's say flabbergasted by how athletic the Nuggets bench was and how tenacious and aggressive they were. And a lot of that because of players like Spencer. Spencer knows, my job isn't scoring and all that. It is defense playing extremely hard. Extremely hard. And doing whatever it can to shut down the other team. And he did that today multiple times. So I just love, I love how he moves. I love how he handles his business. I love how he plays on the floor. Great game for Spencer, man. Again, he's not a guy that scores points. What do you have today? 6 points? And that's more than anything I would expect from him. Julian Strawther was phenomenal. He was a plus 20 today, 12 points. He had 6 rebounds today. He was 0-3 from 3, but didn't matter. 2-3 from the free throw line, 5-10 from the field. That floater is deadly. That one-handed shot he has is deadly. He got fouled on a basket, was fading away, one-handed push shot, nothing but net. And again, if he keeps playing like this, the Nuggets rotation right now is really 9, but it should be 10. Now, figuring out where Julian Strawther fits in that's the question. But it should be a 10-man rotation. He should be the 10th man. But you get nights like tonight, he gets 21 minutes. No Murray, no Gordon. We need shooting because when Jalen Pickett was out there, it was garbage. He was a minus 13. He was a teamwork. Now, not saying a lot about Jalen. He's had better games, obviously. Tonight just wasn't a good night for him. Julian Strawther absolutely needs to close over him. Spencer Jones, too, especially Bruce Brown. So great game from Julian Strawther. And then on the bench, y'all, Tim Hardaway Jr. is a plus 24 off the bench. Bruce Brown, plus 23 off the bench. Julian Strawther, plus 20 off the bench. Spencer Jones, plus 14 off the bench. Jonas Valanciunas, plus 13 off the bench. Jokic was a plus 9. That's not great for Jokic. So just a phenomenal game, man. Y'all, there are 1,294 people watching this video live. Make sure on the YouTube, subscribe. We're on the way to 15,000 subscribers. There's 1,300 people watching right now. We're on the way to 15,000 subscribers. Continue to blow this community up. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all, my folk, this is Swipa. See you on the other side.